that stuff. For a second there, I forgot who started. Hi, I'm Alan.
And I'm Russell.
And this is Popculture Pontification.
The show where we discuss holly and sleigh bells and reindeer.
And jolly.
And jolly fat men.
Jolly fat men. Holly, jolly fat men. Yes. This is the Christmas episode of Popculture Pontification.
Hooray!
Hooray! Hooray!
Merry Christmas.
I don't really celebrate Christmas, but hooray!
I do. Christmas is great.
I think Christmas is great. I don't like the commercialization of it.
Presents are great. I love presents.
Okay. Also, I'm an atheist, and so it feels very hypocritical of me.
Even atheists love presents.
That's true. So if you can separate the religion out of Christmas and just make it about
and
presents.
the commercialization.
Well, no, in that case, it wouldn't be anything about
It'd just be a day off.
It'd just be a day off where
you get to
give
see your
each other,
family.
Yeah, see family and get presents.
Yeah.
So basically a birthday.
Yeah.
Everybody's
birthday. For everyone.
Let's scrap everybody's birthdays and Christmas and just have a day in which everybody gives presents to each other and it's everybody's birthday.
This is a terrible plan. Then you only get half as many presents.
No, but you get two presents.
Oh, right. Person. Just one day a year.
One day a year you get two presents.
No, I need time to come up with different presents.
Like, Christmas is the perfect distance away from my birthday.
Well, yeah.
My birthday's directly in the middle of the year.
Well, that's
and
alright for you.
is at the end of the year. So I get a good spread out. I got a good...
What about people's birthdays who are in December?
They're chumps.
Buying presents for them is a nightmare.
Yeah, my sister's birthday is in December.
Ah, do you get her a birthday present?
No.
Do you get her a Christmas present?
No.
Are you estranged?
No, we know each other. We're friends.
Okay.
But years ago, we stopped buying each other presents.
Right.
Mostly because she thought I was difficult to buy for, and I didn't care.
Right. I see.
Okay, but this is the Christmas episode, so I will try to jolly Saint Nick it up. You know, I'll try not to be a Grinch, which I've been called many times throughout my life. Yeah.
Well, I think I'm all Christmased out. Actually, I don't have any Christmas content.
Which is surprising, because I do have Christmas content.
So, why don't you lay it on us?
Okay. The past 3 weeks, I've been sitting on a
egg,
topic.
waiting for it to hatch.
Yes, because
and it
this
finally
is
did.
Easter.
Yes.
No, I've been sitting on the fact that I went and saw The Night Before, which is this year's Christmas movie.
Right.
To my knowledge, unless there's another one that's come out that's more about Christmas.
I'm sure there's multiple.
It's got Seth Rogen and Joseph Gordon-Levitt and that black guy who is in Avengers, whose name I don't know.
Samuel L. Jackson?
No. Well, good guess. Yes. No. The Falcon.
Oh, Anthony Mackie.
There you go. He's in it as well. So I've been sitting on having seen that in an advanced screening for the past 3 weeks.
Well, you know, when you see an advanced screening, the thing to do is wait until the movie's out. And
like
then talk about it.
Been out for a couple of weeks and then start chatting about it. No. I was going to talk about it a couple of episodes ago, but then it just never really came up.
Right.
And then I was like, oh, Christmas time. Might as well talk about it now.
Yeah.
Now that everybody's seen it.
Well, we have been a bit busy with other major films.
If I had to choose between talking about The Night Before and Star Wars, it's going to be Star Wars.
Right. Fair enough.
It is absolutely... You haven't seen it?
No.
Okay. It's absolutely a Seth Rogen and James Franco movie.
Is it about what I'd expect?
What would you like...
Well, like Santa, like, smoking a bowl.
There's a lot of drugs, yes.
Right, okay.
It was one of the characters, the black guy whose name again I've forgotten.
That didn't take long at all.
I'm just going to call him the Falcon.
Right,
the Falcon,
the Falcon.
Is a professional sports guy.
Okay. What does he play?
Football. American football.
Right.
Not AFL, which would be much more amusing.
Yeah.
No, he plays American football.
Yeah.
And he's been in it for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden he's having a really great year.
Okay.
But the whole plot of the movie is that Joseph Gordon-Levitt is sort of falling behind everybody else in the movie. Seth Rogen's like got a wife and he's got a kid on the way. The Falcon has his career's really taken off, so on and so forth. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt is an orphan.
I see.
And so his parents died near Christmas, and then he was very depressed on Christmas. So the other guys were like, let's go out and celebrate together to get your minds off things. And then it became a tradition, so on and so forth. And this is like the last year it's going to happen before it stops happening. You know,
because they're all too old.
Because they're all too old. They've moved on. They've got other stuff going on. They've got family and all that sort of stuff.
Except Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Except Joseph Gordon-Levitt,
right?
Who is all alone. And there is this like fabled Christmas party, this awesome Christmas party that happens every year. I think called The Night Before. I can't remember. And they can never get tickets to it because it's so exclusive.
Is it like a public event?
Or is it like an invite only?
Secret?
Invite secret only event sort of thing. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt's working at a party in the cloakroom. Mm-hmm. Some rich guy comes in and he's got 3 tickets to the thing. So he steals the tickets and buggers off.
Right. Very professional.
Very professional.
No wonder nobody likes him.
Anyway, so he does that and then he goes up, because this is the last year, Seth Rogen's wife is giving him like a big thing of drugs, like a Tupperware container full of various different types of drugs.
Right.
And it's sort of like, all right, this is it. Now just go wild. You've been so good during the pregnancy, so on and such forth. And the Falcon is having a great year because he's on roids. You know, he's taking roids.
Right.
And he's supposed to be a professional athlete.
Yeah.
Yet 90% of the movie is him attempting to get a hold of weed to give to other professional athletes so they can all smoke it and get high.
Right.
What? You're a professional athlete. Don't they test for that stuff?
Is it the off-season, maybe?
Maybe. I'm not sure. Well, I don't know how American football works, so I don't know if it probably doesn't happen during winter.
I guess not.
But surely they'd still get tested during the off-season.
Yeah, probably.
Isn't that something that would happen? Anyway.
But loads of athletes try and get away with stuff like that.
Yeah, I know, but it's like all of the athletes, all of his fellow sports guys are like, man, we're high as fuck over here, bring us more weed. It's a lot. It's typical fare for like a Seth Rogen movie. A lot of, hey, I'm a Jew, look at me, I'm Jewish, Jewish jokes.
So you must like him.
Yeah, I do actually.
Yeah.
I find him quite amusing. He's like high throughout the entire movie. And lots of swearing, lots of drug use, lots of inappropriate situations, all that sort of stuff.
Was it entertaining?
I did laugh. I did actually quite enjoy it.
Good.
You know, if you take it as Pineapple Express 2, you know, it's Christmas, let's get crunk, then, you know, it's amusing in that regard.
Yeah.
But if you're looking to sit down and have like a heartfelt Christmas tale told to you, you're not going to get that.
Fair enough. Does it have a happy ending?
Yes, it does have a happy ending. But I obviously I won't spoil it.
Okay.
But the whole story is them attempting to get to this party and then they get separated and bad stuff happens. And so on. Typical fare for this sort of stuff.
Yeah. I assume at some point something gets put up somebody's butt.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's just like the ending is so predictable. Like you pick it out about 20 minutes into the movie, like what's going to be happening at the end.
The Falcon was dead the whole time.
Yes, it's true. And then he flies away on his metal wings. Turns out that he was an angel.
Wow.
But yeah, so watch it, I guess, if you enjoy Christmas and talk of dicks and drugs.
Yeah. What did you give it out of 10?
What would I give it out of 10? I suppose probably like a 6.5, 7.
Yeah.
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 We don't do half points, so I have to pick like 6 or 7.
Do we not do half points?
Well, I try to give something like half a point 3 episodes into the podcast, and you're like, stop being fucking fence sitter. Pick one or the other.
Okay. Well, if I said it must be true.
It's true, yes. Yeah. You are, in fact, the puppet master behind the scenes controlling this podcast. I will give it a 6.
Alright.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Sorry.
Not a glowing recommendation, but passable?
Not something I'd watch again.
Okay.
But it was amusing because of what it is.
Yeah.
You know,
and it's the right time of year. Okay.
Like if I watched it in June, I probably wouldn't find it very amusing. Although our weather would match their weather at that point, so maybe that would be a point in its favour.
Did it snow?
In the
movie?
In New York in December.
Well, I didn't know it was in New York. Could have been in Florida.
Yes, it was in New York.
Okay, fair enough. I have not been watching or playing very much of anything at the moment. It's been a very busy end of the year. But I did find time during my Christmas shopping trip to go to the Nostalgia Box.
Yes, now this is a video game museum that is here in Perth.
It is. It has all the old video game consoles.
Is this like a permanent fixture or is it just like a exhibit?
As far as I know, it's a permanent fixture.
Okay.
It's one young lady who started collecting consoles from as far back as like the early 70s.
She's very old, is what you're saying, yes.
Well, no, she only started collecting a couple of years ago.
What was like in the 70s, what, fucking Pong? That's about the
yeah,
oldest.
yeah, like Pong. But even like before Atari, there was like Magnavox.
Oh, jeez. I thought like Atari was the first console.
No.
Jeez, man. Yeah. I'm really
coming
across as a fucking noob here.
You should go to this
maybe I should have learned something.
console museum. It's a perfect place for you. There must be 40 or 50 consoles on display, and they have a bit of information about all of them, and they have like the boxes and the accessories.
Do they cheap out and go like, here is the American SNES, and here is the Japanese
No,
SNES?
they only had one SNES. Yeah, but they had like Master System 1 and Master System 2 and Mega Drive 1 and Mega Drive 2.
I was going to say, did they have the Sega Mega Drive?
Yeah. And it was, really interesting. And they also have some of the old consoles set up so that you can play. You can play the original Pong. I defeated my brother. I think
he must have been very salty about
15 to 13. Reports that I may have cheated by changing the speed of the game. Completely false and fabricated.
But you would have both been under the same speed.
Yeah, but I did it when it was my serve. So, I mean, hypothetically did it when it was my serve.
I know, the truth has come out. You've been caught in your own web of lies.
No, it's all falling apart. And then the ball would fly like a bullet towards his side of the field. And then when he had the serve, I switched back to slow. This is what older brothers do.
Manipulate the situation so the younger brothers lose.
Yeah.
Fair enough. We know some of the people who run this.
No, we don't.
No, we don't we?
No.
Isn't John Haywood?
No, they happen to be visiting.
Oh, okay. I thought they were part of it.
Yeah, I saw my friends John and Jess from the Perth Games Expo?
Perth Games Expo, yeah.
I assume it's an expo.
Or it's an
exhibition, as
yes.
Tim educated us about.
Still doesn't sound right to me.
No, it's just one lady. Her name's Jessie, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And good luck to her. I don't know what her business model is like, but...
was there a lot of people there?
There was quite a few. There might have been 15 or 20 people.
How big is it? How big is the place? Don't you... You're looking around my house going like, oh, it's about this big. Nobody knows how big it is.
No, nobody.
Just, what, like, quite small, quite large, lot of room to walk around?
I guess like the size of a takeaway restaurant.
Okay, so not very big.
No, not that big. If you took all the shit out of a Subway, it'd be like Subway size.
Okay, Subway size.
Yeah.
That was such a difficult thing for you to articulate.
Yes, it is difficult to explain space in words.
You could have just said so and so many meters.
Yeah, but I'm not a good judge of that.
Okay.
It was about 4 foot.
It's about 4 foot.
Yeah.
So, would you recommend that people go and scope it out?
Yeah, definitely. If you live in Perth.
And even if you don't, fly in.
You should definitely. International flights.
Yep.
Yeah, cost is no barrier. You should definitely come.
What is the cost of entry, I suppose? Or is it like gold coin donation? What?
No.
Museum?
It was the actual entry fee.
Okay.
$10 for adults. I think it was $5 for concession.
Mm-hmm.
That's the opening promotional price. So I think it's going up a bit at some stage.
$70.
Yeah, maybe. Per minute.
Per minute, yeah.
Yeah.
You got to really get around there quick.
Yeah. But yes, I'd recommend going and checking it out while it's there because I don't know how long it is going to be there.
Did they have any like rare video games?
Rare video games?
Yeah.
Potentially. It was more about the consoles.
Okay.
Yeah,
because quite often places like this will have like, oh, look at this is gold Zelda, you know?
I had that gold Zelda game. That wasn't rare.
I don't know. I can't think of like a rare video game off the top of my head.
That's because they're very rare and obscure.
Yes, that's it.
They probably do have rare games in that most games from 1978 or whatever would be pretty rare these days.
That's true, yes.
Yeah, but it was good fun. I had a good time and I learned something.
I had a friend who used to collect old video games and video game consoles.
Right.
And at one point I used to do deliveries and I went to this lady's house and I was delivering a couch or something. That's irrelevant.
Tell us more about the couch.
Well, it was a 3-seater.
Yeah.
Leather.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah, white though, so very risky.
Yeah.
Maneuver, yeah. A lot of people get white leather couches and you're like, what, are you a fucking idiot?
I think you have to be rich enough to like throw it out when it gets stained.
It gets
or marked.
dirty, yeah. And she had like this big crate of like old Atari games. Like dozens, hundreds of them.
He punched her in the mouth.
No, but they were just sitting like outside of the garage.
Ah.
And I was like, what are you doing with all them? She was like, oh, they're my sons, you know, he's moved interstate, so I'm just going to throw them out.
Ah.
And I was like, no! Give them to me, please. So, I have no idea if they still worked or
Did
whatever.
you give her some money?
No. She was going to throw them out. She was like, yeah, take them. Get
Wow.
them out of here. Save me carrying them to the curb.
So you stole from an old lady's garbage bin.
Technically, I suppose you could say it like that, yeah. Yeah, so she just gave me these things. And then I just took them to my mate, and he, like, exploded with excitement. He was so pumped about all these old Atari games. It's like, I looked through them, I was like, I don't know what any of these fucking games are.
Yeah. That was very thoughtful of you.
Yes. But that was, like, it's just, yeah, one of the advantages of going to, like, dozens of people's houses every day is that quite often people will be like, you have a truck, do you want to get rid of this thing? And quite often I'll be like, no, I'll just keep it though. So that's good. Yeah. Like my first couch I ever owned was when I brought someone a new couch, and they're like, we're getting rid of this thing. And I'm like, yeah, I'll keep it.
Oh, nice.
Lots of stuff like that. Now, as it's Christmas, I feel we need to talk about traditions, Russell.
Yes.
Christmas traditions. Not our family's Christmas traditions.
No? Okay.
Turkey. That's fucking
Turkey's traditional.
Yeah, on Thanksgiving.
No, my family has turkey every Christmas.
Well, yeah, but traditionally you associate turkey with Thanksgiving.
I don't know. I associate America with Thanksgiving and nothing else.
Okay.
Thanksgiving is not on my radar.
Okay, sure. No, every year you and I have a tradition that we watch the greatest Christmas movie of all time.
Jingle all the way.
Jingle.
Wait, no. Die Hard.
Die Hard. We watch Die Hard every Christmas. It started, 3 years ago we started doing it as a group?
Well, I was doing it myself before then. But
that's why I put the qualifier of as a group in there, Russell.
As a solitary Die Hard
aficionado.
Yeah.
No, I'm refusing to let you have your Die Hard joke. You're a Die Hard.
That's a great joke.
You're a Die Hard aficionado.
You out there, you appreciated it. Thank you.
So every Christmas Eve, we gather together around a roaring air conditioner. Because we're in Australia and it's hot.
Yeah.
And
we eat fish and chips.
We eat fish and chips and we watch Die Hard.
Yes.
Yes. And it's a great tradition. And lots of people argue that it's not a Christmas movie. Specifically our friend Gavin, who's a
Do they?
Feel free to edit that out. Well, Gavin absolutely does. And it's not the first time I've heard people argue that it's not a Christmas movie.
So I thought it was generally accepted.
Do you want to lay out as to why it should be qualified as the best Christmas movie?
Well,
you're much I'm a big fan of Die Hard, but you're a much bigger fan of Die Hard than I am.
Well, it is my favourite movie.
Yes.
So I don't have to justify it being the best. As long as it is a Christmas movie, then it is the best Christmas movie.
Okay.
And it is a Christmas movie because it occurs on Christmas Eve. John McClane is, not returning, but travelling to see his family for Christmas.
Come to the coast, have a few laughs.
Yeah. He's brought them presents. And
he has a teddy bear.
He has a big teddy bear.
But that's it. He didn't get his wife anything. It was very mean.
Was that not for his wife?
I thought it was for his daughter.
Oh, you can't give the daughter something and not the son.
Maybe he was going to give him his gun.
Maybe. He has a gun strapped to his back with Merry Christmas tape. And he goes to a Christmas party, which is where all of this thing kicks off.
I suppose so, but it does quickly go away from... eventually it's, no longer about Christmas. It's not like, oh, look at all these Christmas references. It's him shooting dudes.
Well, yeah, that's what makes it a great movie. It has enough Christmassy elements to qualify as a Christmas movie.
But Christmas doesn't go all the way through. It's not a constant theme.
Well, at the end, they, shoot a bunch of Germans. That's pretty Christmassy.
Pretty Christmassy, yeah. Jolly old Saint Nick is known for shooting Germans. Now, one of my favourite things about being your friend, Russell, is your near encyclopedic knowledge of, the first Die Hard movie. Do you think you could name all the German bad guys off the top of your head?
No.
No?
I can name a fair few of them.
The main ones.
Hans Gruber.
Hans Gruber.
There's
Klaus.
Carl. Who's Klaus?
Klaus is the big guy.
No, that's Carl.
Is that Carl?
We have to tell Carl his brother is dead.
Wasn't his brother Klaus?
His brother was Hans, maybe?
So it's going to be two Hans. Hans Gruber and Hans.
Okay, maybe it's not
Blondie
Hans.
German
I think
guy.
it starts with an H. I don't remember. And there's Marco, and there's Theo, who's American. He's not German. Yes. And then there's Al Leong, who I don't know if he gets a name, but he's amazing. I love Al Leong.
Oh, is that the Asian guy?
Yeah, who eats
the chocolate bar. He's got the chocolate bar. That's my favourite moment in this movie. Yeah. He's like sitting there ready to shoot dudes. He looks down and he's like, ooh.
No, but he like looks around to make sure nobody's looking, and then he steals a chocolate bar. And then in the very next minute, he's like shooting cops. It's like, nobody's going to care about the chocolate bar at your trial, man.
Do you think that he was looking around to see whether any of his comrades saw him about to take a chocolate bar? So he'd be like, oh, if I take a chocolate bar, they're going to want a chocolate bar. And
there's only like 30 chocolate bars here.
Yeah, I don't want to be handing out chocolate
eat later?
bars here. Yeah, I'm busy.
Possibly.
About to shoot cops.
Yeah.
I feel free. I'm quite happy to spend the next 10 to 15 minutes just talking about Die Hard.
Well, I feel like we should talk about it after we've rewatched it, because it has been since last year since I've seen it.
Yes, our tradition does unfortunately mean that if at any point during the year I'm just like, man, I can watch Die Hard right now, I have to stop myself from watching Die Hard, so it's fresh when I come around. So I can only watch Die Hard once a year now.
Well, you could probably watch it in the middle of the year, and then it would...
Oh, like maybe on my birthday in June.
It'd be a new birthday tradition.
Or, because we only ever usually get through one Die Hard movie.
Yes.
We have pushed for like Die Hard 1 and 2.
Yeah, but 2's just not that good.
2's not that good.
Except when he stabs the guy in the eye with the icicle.
Yeah. Die Hard 3 is definitely better than Die Hard 2. And then the fight on the
wing. There's a few good moments.
When he sets the jet fuel alight.
Yeah.
And then it goes up into the plane, which would not happen.
It totally would. You have to say the magic words to complete the spell.
Which causes it to accelerate flame-wise.
That's right.
Yes. Die Hard 3 is better than Die Hard 2.
Well, yeah, that's a no-brainer.
Yes.
It goes 1, 3, 4, 2, 5. A lot of people would put 2 above 4, but I quite enjoyed it, despite it being completely stupid.
It was, well... Action-wise, 4 is better than 2.
Yeah.
Storyline-wise, 2 is better than 4.
Yeah. It's arguable. I don't think 2's got that strong storyline.
Yeah, but 4's got no storyline.
Sure it does. Timothy Oliphant is like using computer magic to blow up the world.
Yeah, there you go. That's pretty much it, though.
Yeah.
Now, it is Christmas.
Yes.
And I feel like I don't know if I've overstepped my bounds here.
Uh-oh.
But I have got you a Christmas present, Russell.
Oh, no.
It's not much. Don't expect much. I'm just going to go get it.
Okay.
It's going to be great. Now.
Yes.
It's not much.
Okay.
But I feel like you don't respect me.
At all?
Well, I was going to say enough, but well done.
Okay.
So I've got you something that maybe will shed a little light on me and my kind.
Your kind?
My kind.
Country bumpkins?
Country bumpkins, no.
Oh, no.
I've got you this.
Oh my god.
For everybody listening, why don't you tell them what I've just handed you?
It is a magazine entitled Truckin' Life. There's no G on Truckin'.
Of course there isn't.
Truckin' with an apostrophe.
Now that's a bag that's got 2 magazines in it.
Oh my god,
that's
really?
2 for the price of 1.
Is the other one more Trucking Life?
I don't know, man. Crack it open. Yeah, show us the
2
magic.
for the price of 1.
Unwrap your present. Oh, I'm so excited.
Listeners may be surprised to learn that Truckin' Life has on the cover a picture of a truck. Yeah. Oh wow, that truck's way better.
Oh, that is a much cooler truck.
It's got pink flames.
I don't know why they didn't put that on the cover. The
Memphis
top one.
Flash.
Now,
are women the future of trucking? There's a bunch of women in high vis standing in front of trucks.
Actually, a lot of companies prefer women as their truck drivers because
really?
they're safer drivers than men.
Yeah.
A lot of mine sites, actually.
I see. Well, yeah, they look like they're up in the Pilbara or something.
Mm-hmm.
But then, is that why there's a pink truck?
Well, it's more purple than pink.
Even so,
we'll put a picture of the magazines up so people know what we're talking about. Now, I have no idea. I've never bought these magazines before.
Sure. I'm looking at your shelf with like the complete collection. Yeah.
I'm missing October 2012, but I was sick that week.
Okay.
Month. I have no idea what the contents are, but I hope it's I hope it's as exciting as my heart hopes it is.
The combined 1,400 horsepower pulling 110 ton may seem overkill. That's what the caption says.
Yeah. You just really said that in a way that it sounded like there was more text coming.
Well, it seemed like the sentence didn't end.
Now, you happy with your present?
Oh, I'm delighted.
Is there, like, any scantily clad women leaning against trucks yet?
Not
that's,
yet.
Like, in my heart, that's what's in there. Maybe in the
But
centerfold.
It's your future.
Oh, yep, there you go. Yeah, and that's you sit next to me.
Yep. That guy's wearing 2 hats. Why are you wearing 2 hats?
Because he's reached the next level.
Okay. This is terrible radio, though.
It's
It's all visual.
Now, I've got you this.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to read these.
I am.
And then you're going to have to talk about it on the next episode.
Oh, great.
That's what's going to happen.
Oh, I'll do that if you put up these truck posters in your room.
There is a centerfold fold out of a truck.
Yeah.
Look at it.
It doesn't appear to be a woman.
No women?
No.
It's
well,
true
this is
to...
a modern progressive
That's
publication.
True. Yeah. And it's like they're staying true to the content, which is trucks, not women.
That's right.
It's about trucking life.
Yeah.
Not trucking life with women around.
Are women
Unless the
the
women
future
are
of
the
trucking?
truckers. Unless women are the truckers, in which case.
But then they're not sexualized.
Yeah, you don't want to objectify the
No.
trucking women.
No. I did have something on the way for you, but unfortunately, due to the inherent unreliability of Kickstarters, it is nowhere near arriving.
Okay, you clearly put in more thought than I did, which was I saw a magazine called Truckin' Life when I was getting petrol, and I was like, I have to buy that and give it to Russell.
Well, by the time it gets here, it'll probably be a birthday present, so...
Oh, jeez, alright.
Yeah, maybe I'll have to find you a Christmas present in the meantime.
Maybe. Yeah, you're looking like a real chump right now.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Johnny No Presents, that's what they call me.
Johnny No Presents, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we move on to Overheard? Overheard? Should we
What the hell is Overheard?
That's just me.
Oh my god, we've got a new feature and I don't know what it is.
That's on another podcast, so we're going to have to
okay.
cut that out.
No, we're not. That's definitely staying in.
Should we move on to Forced Review?
Forced review. It's a forced review.
Now, you've really thrown me by doing it.
I'm, mixing things up.
Yep, that's it.
Keeping you on your toes. We don't want to fall into a creative rut.
That's true, yes. Forced Review is a segment we have where one of us forces the other one to review something that they haven't seen.
But you have seen it.
Well, yes. I think that's implied.
Okay.
Now, I'm trying to, because you've complained in the past that my explanation of what Forced Review is far too long-winded and complicated.
Yeah, and involves the word consume 45 times.
It's true, it does. So I've been putting some actual thought into how I can, narrow it down and just make it more concise.
That was good.
You like that?
Yeah.
So we'll obviously, workshopping it. That was weird we said that at the same time. Now, we got to review a movie this week. And I say we, I mean you.
Yes, I got to review a movie.
Yes, called Star Crash.
Yes.
Which released in 1978, a year after Star Wars: A New Hope came out, as a clear cash grab.
Yeah.
To get onto the hype of Star Wars.
It is almost as much of a copy of A New Hope as Star Wars: The Force Awakens is.
Yes. Do you understand why I made you review it now? Bit of a theme going.
Yeah. I like it.
The tagline for it is a lie, which is the ultimate intergalactic adventure is the tagline of this movie. It's got a bunch of casts that I've never heard of except for one guy, which is David Hasselhoff.
Well, it has Oscar-winning Christopher Plummer as well.
Yes,
as the Emperor of the Galaxy or something.
I didn't know who that was until I looked up the IMDb of
Right.
this movie. So I don't know anything else he's been in. Yes, it was directed by Luigi Cozzi, whoever the hell that is. Never heard of him before.
He is an Italian director
Yes.
who directed Star Crash.
I wonder if he did anything else, actually.
I hope not.
Probably in Italy. Probably did something. You don't go from zero to Star Crash, Russell. You got to build yourself up to it. So, this is where I hand the reins off to you, and you take the reins, and you ride this review horse all the way to the finish line.
Okay.
You like that metaphor?
No.
I came up with it on the spot. Did it show?
Maybe.
Go ahead.
Well, first off, I just have to get this off my chest. Star Crash? They should have called it Trainwreck.
How long did you spend workshopping that?
No, that just came to me before, and I'm like, I gotta say it immediately. But no, I held it for a minute or two. Until an actual break in the conversation.
No, I like that. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Because you could have just gone, Star Crash. More like Car Crash.
That rhymes. That might even be better.
But I thought you went Train Wreck, Star Crash,
I liked it.
Okay, I think mine was better.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, you often complain about me laying out all of the events of the film and going through the plot in too much detail.
You are heinous for giving us a blow-by-blow description of the entire plot.
Well, you'll be glad to know that I cannot do that with Star Crash, because there is almost no plot to speak of.
Now, one thing I like about this movie is that which I forgot until I rewatched it, so I could understand what was going on, is that the main character is a lady.
Yeah.
A lady main character. Which
very
is not
attractive lady.
She is a very attractive lady. Which was not very common back in those days. For, at least, definitely in sci-fi movies.
Well, maybe in sci-fi movies that have loads of women in bikinis all of the time.
I suppose so. But I feel like this was a step in the right and the wrong direction. It's very objectifying the women.
Yeah.
But the woman was a main character and she was a badass.
Well, yeah. She was. She had, like, kung fu and stuff.
She did.
Anyway, let me...
All right, fine.
Go into the plot, just a little bit.
The plot that doesn't exist, yes.
So, it features this woman whose name is Sally Starr or something like that, who is a smuggler, and through a sequence of bizarre events, she is asked to rescue the Prince of the Galaxy and
Try not to spoil the movie here.
Stop the evil Duke. Duke, what's his name? I don't know. Zarth Ann, that was it. So I had to look him up because he's by far the best part of the movie. He's so funny.
You looked at me with questions in your eyes about the name of this guy.
Yeah.
It's never going to happen.
And that is about as much plot as you're going to get. They sort of stumble between different planets
and plot
for
points.
No reason.
It's not like a unifying theme.
Yeah, like the first 2/3 of the movie is them travelling around to different planets for basically no reason. There's like an Amazon planet, which is clearly like an Italian beach, with loads of bikini-clad women. And
so would you say it's like a lot of fan service?
Oh, well, I guess so. There's titillation. I don't know that anybody could be a fan of Star Crash.
It's a bit of a cult hit, actually. Star
I guess
Crash.
so.
A lot of people think it falls into the so bad it's good category.
Well, I didn't think so for the first 3/4 of the movie, probably. But then by the end, I was really sold on the ridiculousness of some of it.
Yeah, I don't know if they did it on purpose. I feel like a lot of people these days will make a movie that is horrendously...
Like Sharknado kind of thing.
Yeah, horrendously ridiculous.
Yeah.
But to the point of trying to make it so bad it's good.
Yeah.
But then you've got movies that are clearly trying their best, and they're just not very good.
Yeah, which is what you really want. That's what gives
that's what gets it for
the
you.
feeling you're looking for.
If you go out to set out to make a bad movie, then I feel like you lose like the spirit of bad movies, which makes them amusing and just makes it a bit sad.
Yeah.
So I think this tried to be good.
Yes.
And it's just
This
unfortunately
failed really
very bad.
badly.
It got made in like a year.
Yeah.
Like Star Wars got released. Some guy was like, "Oh, that's great," and then just from
Star Wars made all of the money.
Yeah.
Let's make all of the money as well.
From like conception to release was a year for this movie.
I'm surprised that it took them that long. The effects, like, it gave me a new appreciation for the original Star Wars' effects.
Yes.
Which still look great today. Because these guys tried to copy the exact same stuff with the models on
the
star background.
The opening scene is exactly a rip-off
Yeah.
of the first one.
But they just look like garbage.
Yeah, it does look like somebody bought a model, made it,
Yeah.
but then realized that they lost the paint. So they couldn't paint it. So they just used it as it was.
Yeah. The star backgrounds look terrible.
It does look like somebody just threw a bunch of paint at a black background.
Yeah. And the effects shots, some of them are in the big space battle towards the end. A lot of the shots are just repeated. Like 3 ships will fly past, and then it'll cut to something else. And then the exact same ships will fly past in exactly the same way. And that'll happen like a dozen times.
Yeah.
The effects are terrible. And they go to a frozen planet.
So Hoth, basically.
Yeah, they go to Hoth. Well, I guess I didn't know about Hoth yet. Maybe Empire Strikes Back ripped off.
Maybe, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a vicious cycle.
It's announced that the temperature at night will get down so low that they'll freeze to death. And
I mean, that's reasonable.
Yeah.
You know?
Our hero is trapped outside. And we see her lying down in the snow.
Is she still at this point wearing that scantily?
No, they covered her up for the ice planet. She and another character, a robot, laying down in the snow and trying to survive the night.
Mm-hmm.
And we see snow like progressively pile up on them.
So they die.
Yeah. But they're still clearly casting shadows. And like the shadow will lengthen, but it's clearly not nighttime.
Maybe it's just a very bright moon.
I don't think so.
Because moon casts shadows.
Yeah, but it doesn't go across the sky like that.
It's a fucking alien planet, Russell. Maybe their moon does do that.
Maybe. But if it's casting that much light,
maybe it's got
like
more than one moon.
Heating the planet as well.
Well, yeah. Like we
so
don't.
We don't get that damn cold.
We don't go to absolute fucking zero when we go to nighttime, do we?
No. Anyway, that was just one thing that stood out and bugged me in this movie of stupid things. On the Evil Duke's bridge.
Okay, before we go on to that, I feel we have to talk about the dubbing.
Oh, the dubbing. Well, yeah, the Evil Duke is like a prime example.
Yeah, we can't go and discuss the Evil Duke without mentioning dubbing.
Yeah, everybody is dubbed in this movie.
Which, I don't know why. I don't know if that happens in every movie.
Well, it does happen quite a lot, more than you'd expect.
Yeah.
But in this, it's really... It's like...
They do record audio when they record video.
Yeah. But in this, it's like watching old kung fu movies, where their lips move and then the dialogue starts half a second later.
It's not perfectly synced up.
Yeah. It's really chunky. The evil dude... Yeah, he's the best character. Don't watch this movie, just look up a compilation on YouTube of all of his lines. But on his bridge, in his evil spaceship, which looks like a hand, and it can like clench into a fist.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but it doesn't... It didn't seem to serve any purpose.
At no point does the ship ram another ship.
It never punches anything.
It's at this point that I point out that I have watched the movie, but I watched it about 15 years ago. And watching Star Wars, the new one, brought up memories of watching this movie.
Well, you probably won't remember that on the bridge there was a fireman pole.
No, I don't remember the fireman
in between like a high level and the ground. For no particular reason. Maybe guys just like go down it because, I mean, there's a fireman pole there. You got to use it.
Maybe it's for like after hours entertainment.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
And like towards the end, spoilers for this amazing movie with so many plot twists.
Like a 50-year-old movie, yeah.
Towards the end, there is a big space battle between the Emperor and
Emperor of Space, I believe.
Something like that.
Yes.
And the Evil Duke. And the Emperor's ship launches these giant gold torpedoes at the enemy ship.
Mm-hmm.
And we follow them through space for frigging ages, it seems like. And then they crash through the window, like the regular glass window in the enemy ship's bridge.
Yep.
And they land on the ground. And nobody is immediately sucked under the vacuum of space.
Force fields. There you go.
Oh, yeah, force fields. Sure.
Emergency force fields.
Instead of exploding and killing everybody, these torpedoes open up and a bunch of guys jump out of them and start shooting people.
Like, maybe it's just my memory of the movie, like, surfacing in my subconscious. But as soon as you said they land and don't explode, I was like, please have dudes jump out.
And it's like, if you just packed them with explosives, you would have killed the bad guy.
Maybe they're trying to conquer, not destroy. Maybe they're trying to take the ship.
Well, pretty soon after that, they blow up the ship.
All right, well, there you go. You know what they say, no plan survives first contact with the enemy.
That's right.
Yes. Which is
especially when that plan is to pack a bunch of guys and start a golden torpedo.
And fire it into the windscreen of another ship.
Yeah.
Yes, but the reason why the dubbing is so bad,
yes,
and doesn't match up, is because they couldn't afford.
Oh yeah, they couldn't
afford to fly the original actors out to dub their voices.
So they had to get
whoever was around and dubbed it. I think the guy, the Oscar award winning guy, I forget what his name was.
Christopher Plummer.
I think he spent one day on set. I think he recorded everything in one day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He was in quite a few scenes.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. Yeah.
I mean, I could believe it. I did read that David Hasselhoff had food poisoning.
Yes. I got to hear if you want me to read it.
Well, no, I can just say it.
Okay, go for it.
He had food poisoning while recording. And so for the first part of the movie where he shows up, he's wearing a mask.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not him. It's somebody else. And in the first scene where you see his face after he takes the mask off, he is sitting down and he looks quite ill. He clearly is not keen on getting up and moving around. He's just like sitting on a rock. And then later he's fine, but obviously he'd recovered by that point. But
Yeah,
they clearly were working to a very tight schedule and couldn't afford time off for food poisoning.
It is Christopher Plummer scenes as the Emperor of the Galaxy was shot in one day, not the other guy.
He owns every scene he's in.
Well, he's
as you'd expect.
I think he's one of the few people on there who are actually competent actors.
Yes. Him and the bad guy. The bad guy's so good.
It's there's another movie where they have one good actor in it. It was Turbo Kid.
Oh,
Michael Ironside. Michael Ironside really steals every scene that he's in because he's a competent actor, and the rest of the people are relative unknowns.
Yeah, I thought they were okay.
They were okay, but they're not Michael Ironside.
I liked Apple. Apple was the best.
I mean the thinly veiled reference to Macintosh computers.
Well, so you say.
Do you have anything else you want to talk about? I've exhausted my memory of Star Crash.
No, I think I've drawn all the
parallels.
Entertainment blood out of this stone that I can.
You've beaten this dead horse.
I have. I would recommend people watch YouTube videos rather than the whole movie.
Well, it's not a huge. It's not like.
It was an hour and a half.
It's an hour and a half, which is fairly standard.
Yeah, and by the end, I was having a reasonably good time.
I think it is. Again, we have a tendency to review things that
should be watched
with friends. Yes,
so you can smack talk them.
Yes. So I feel like in the future, if we force another person to review something that should be watched in a group, we then proceed to do that, so we get the full effect.
That may be for the best. We should do that after I next give you a bad movie. So
well, before we go on to that, what do you give? How many horribly painted star backgrounds out of 10 do you give Star Crash?
I think it is well deserving of a 4-star background.
There's 4 stars on the background.
Yes.
Of the, which would be much more appropriate than the 5 trillion colourful stars they put on the actual
blue and pink and
green
gold
and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've given you this glorious movie to watch. You loved every second of it. Yeah. I'm a great guy. I gave you presents.
You did.
What are you gonna make me review next?
I'm gonna make you review Truckin' Life.
Truckin' Life. Really turn it around. That's called regifting, Russell, and I'm not a fan of it.
I'm just looking through the Steam sale to see if there's any games.
Oh, look at this. Fucking amateur hour here. It doesn't come in with something prepared.
No.
Have you ever played Final Fantasy VI?
No.
Damn, because I just bought that and I haven't played it yet. So you're like, yeah, I played that. I loved it. There you go.
I'm going to force you to review something you were going to do anyway. Oh, Life is Strange is on sale. I'm going to force you to review Life is Strange.
Oh, come on.
And I'm going to play it as well.
That means, you haven't played it yet. That's not fair.
Well, I'll play it before we record.
That's not forcing me to review something you've seen. That's forcing me to review something that you're going to play at the same time as me.
What's wrong with that?
That's against the rules.
By the time this recording is released, I will have played a bit of it.
Okay, come on. I've debunked Life is Strange because it's BS. You can't give me something to review that you haven't played yourself.
Alright, well, I'm going to play it and then I'm going to force you to review it.
Okay, well, that means I've got at least a fortnight to play it myself so I don't have to review it. Alright, what else you got? Come on, this is fucking amateur hour over here.
I'm going to ask you to review the computer video game Dota 2.
No! I don't like MOBAs. I could see, you got your phone out because you're looking it up, and I could see Dota there. I was like, surely that's just an ad. Surely he would not be so cruel.
Yeah.
Oh, no! No, this is the worst. After I gave you presents.
I'm giving you the gift of Dota 2.
I'm going to be awful.
You are.
Everybody's going to hate me.
No, it'll match you against other awful people.
Oh, no. Fine.
Anyway, I'm intrigued to see what the new player experience is like. So.
It's free, isn't it? It's free to play?
It's free. Yeah. Until you start buying hats.
What is this, fucking Team Fortress 2?
Yeah, basically.
I'm not going to buy any hats to start off with.
I
suppose I did not hate Battleborn, so we'll see how we go.
Yeah.
I've played officially half a game of LOL in my life. I have... Okay, my ex-housemate used to play a lot of LOL.
He sure did.
He sure did.
Probably still does.
Probably still does. Played an absurd amount of LOL. And every now and then, like, I just, through being around, because his computer was in the living room.
Yeah.
Just being around and talking to him, fucking hearing him talk about it fucking constantly. I do have a general idea of how to play the game, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I know, you know, I don't know the small details, but I know, like, don't push too far forward, try to draw them to you, you know, destroy minions, da-da-da, so on and so forth. And so at one point he was like, man, I really got to go to the bathroom. Can you just take over for like 5 minutes? And I was like, no, come on, no, I don't want to.
Oh, is this the half a game that you've played?
This is the half. Well, no. That's separate.
Oh, okay.
But he was like, all right, it's urgent. I'm like, it's not a big match. You're versing, blah, 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 whatever. It's not super critical.
Yeah.
It's like, I sat down, I clicked like 3 things, and immediately like the bottom message popped up. It's like, why are you such a shit player?
Yeah, you fucking noob.
You fucking noob. What are you doing?
Go kill yourself.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, come on, guys. There is another story I have about LOL, actually. When we were at PAX, they had a huge LOL booth.
Oh,
right?
yeah, I remember that.
And they were handing out, like, lanyards and skin codes and stuff, like, all this sort of nonsense.
Yeah.
And I don't know anything. Like, there's specific LOL characters.
Are you a top or a bottom?
Top, bottom,
That's the
middle.
important question.
Top, bottom, mid. And there's a robot in LOL. You know, it's one of the few names that I could remember at the time.
Robot?
I don't know what his name is now. Years ago. And I went up to the guy, and he was like, handing out the codes. And I just wanted codes so people back here could have them, so I could give them to my friends. Because they were like con exclusives or something like that.
I tried to do that, but then I lost them before I got home, so sorry, friends.
Anyway, I managed it. But he like came up to me, he's like, who do you play? And I was like, fucking Clank, whatever the fuck his name is.
Oh, Blitzcrank.
Blitzcrank.
Yeah.
There you go.
My brother plays Blitzcrank all the time.
And he was like, so, you know, what do you play? And I was like, oh, shit. All right, I got a 33% chance of guessing, like, where I should send it. And I was like, top. He was like, you play Blitzcrank top? And I was like, I'm not very good. Then I just took the code and I ran away. But then I knew it wasn't top. So then I went around to the other side. And I was like, who do you play? Blitzcrank. So on and so forth. And I got away with it with the rest of the thing. But yeah, I still like every now and then I sit down and like, I really embarrassed myself in front of that guy.
Yeah.
Really made a fool out of myself.
But there was a chance he might have gone, wow, you play Blitzcrank top? You must be a total pro.
Fucking badass, man. You manage that? I was like, yeah, okay, sure. Alright, so I will review Dota.
Yeah.
And I will have to muzzle you when I review it, so you just sit there and not call me out on all the things I say about it.
I'll just be sitting here with a big grin on my face, because I've heard you say such terrible things about MOBAs in your time.
I don't, it doesn't appeal to me. They don't appeal to me.
Just wait.
Because I like being, like, every game I play, I don't really play online a lot.
Yeah.
Every game I play, I like to be, it's like escapism. I like to be by myself so I can set my own pace, and I'm the big hero.
Yeah.
And, you know...
You should play mid then.
Power fantasy, you know? And every MOBA is, you're part of a team, everybody's doing things quicker than you are. Mm-hmm. Why aren't you doing things faster? You're a piece of shit.
Right. Yeah. Well, we can look forward to either your misery or your amazing turnaround next week.
My elation next week, yes. At
and
which point,
maybe next time.
Is that your plan? Is that your plan?
What?
Like you turn me into a Dota player and then we can play Dota together online?
That could be a side benefit.
Your web of lies are once again falling apart.
Yeah, although that would probably lead to the inevitable destruction of our friendship.
Of you being upset at me for being a shit player?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, probably. Okay, so, if you've enjoyed the podcast, you can go to our website at popcultureponda.weebly.com and enjoy the glorious blog post that Russell is going to put together.
Yep.
With links and videos. I'm actually, you've recently taken over for me doing it.
I have.
And I quite like your links better than my links. Because I was very clinical. I was like, what are we talking about? This.
Yeah.
All right, there is an image of that. There is a link to the wiki page of that done. Whereas you're like, Alan said disappointed. Okay, I'll post a link to Kevin Sorbo doing disappointed, which made me laugh a lot.
Yeah.
You know? So you're much more humorous in your links than I am. I was far too businesslike, I feel.
Well, maybe you just think that because this way is less work for you.
This is absolutely less work. Your links are very ugly, but that's the backhanded compliment.
It is.
So yeah, go there for that. Various articles. The second part of Sir Reginald von Pugilism.
Oh yes,
came up yesterday.
Which I'm yet to read, but I shall go home and do so now.
That's fine. And we're on iTunes. We're on Stitcher.
Are we?
Yeah, we're on Stitcher.
Yeah. Have we got any reviews?
Did I not mention that?
No.
Oh, we're on Stitcher.
Ah.
I don't really check the things that I apply us to.
Right. Okay.
Like, we've been on iTunes since episode 1 came out, basically. And I've checked it once since then to make sure that everything's still working. I think we got a review on a couple of our episodes.
Well, that's how I listen to the show.
Via iTunes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if we got reviews.
Somebody rated us, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're on Stitcher. We're on a couple of other ones. But I submitted us to Stitcher and they're like, congratulations, you're on Stitcher.
Right.
I filled out all the information, all that sort of stuff. I've never been back.
If you're listening on Stitcher, let us know.
Yes. And if you have any idea of something we can force the other person to review.
You were about to say Russell.
Yes, I was about to say Russell. No, I feel like if we get a good forced review that comes in, and neither of us have seen it, then we can both review it.
Yeah.
I think so. I think that's reasonable.
Like Life is Strange.
Like Life is Strange. Which we chose watching a 20-minute wrestling video.
Yeah.
Over
It would take less time. Social media.
Yes, that's your part. That's what you say.
You can
after
find
I finish
us
talking.
On Facebook at facebook.com/popculturepon.
Mm-hmm.
And similarly on Twitter, you can become our second Twitter follower by finding us at popculturepon.
Don't tell people we've not got many Twitter followers.
Well, anybody who goes to our Twitter will find out.
It's true.
And we'd love to have somebody to talk to.
That's true. Because currently it's just me posting links about the episode coming up.
Shouting into the void.
Shouting, yes, basically.
Yeah.
And if you've enjoyed listening to our Holly Jolly Christmas edition of Popculture Pontification, come back next week for the drunk New Year version.
Yeah.
We're going to get drunk while we record, which is horribly dangerous because you drive immediately after we finish recording.
And that's my problem.
Yes.
And the problem of all other motorists.
That's it.
Along my path.
So come on back next week for another episode of Popculture Pontification.
Do.
You gotta stop doing that. You gotta stop doing that. Alright, let's go get some burgers.
Alright. Where do you get the burgers?
I usually get a Scarborough.